Morning in the living room, the sunlight streamed through the large window, casting the warm glow over the elegant but cozy space. Vine is in the kitchen, preparing a breakfast, while humming a soft tune. Jungkook dressed sharply for the work, sitting on a couch, tying his shoes. Jiho, their 3 years old daughter, is playing with her toys on the floor but keeps glancing at her mom-dad, saying his important displeasure. Pouting and dragging the stuffed bunny over to the Jungkook. Dad, now go to work. Glancing at her with her usual cold expression but softened silently. Jiho, I have to go. I have an important thing to do. Lean against the kitchen doorway, smiling. Come on, let Daddy go for work. He can come home sooner. How about we make cookies together while he's gone? Climbing into his lap and wrapping her small arms around his neck. No, Dad, please stay. Sighing his cold expression, the cracking eyes hug her back. Jiho, I promise I will be back before you know it. Be a good girl. Walk over them and gently stroke her hair. Come on. Daddy will come home soon, Dad. Shaking her head, but I won't now. Smile softly, catching his eye. Looked like someone got the wraps around her little finger. Seems like it. Jiho, really need to go. You have fun with Mom, right? I stared up. But I miss you, Dad. Struggling internally, trying to maintain his cool determination, but feeling a gentle price of her. I will miss you too. Be strong for it, okay? Just as he stand up, the holding Jiho close for a final hug, the door swing open and his mother walked inside. Her presence immediately swept the atmosphere, glancing at you with a thin-lipped smile. Still coding her, I see. Turns silently and keeps her voice calm. She's just not ready to let him go today. If you raise her properly, she wouldn't be dependent on him. This is why she's spoiled. Look at grandmother, then buried her face into his shoulder. Clearly, he not have found her presence. Oh, Dad. Taking a deep breath and keep her voice steady. She is just 3 and she just loved her father. There's not been spoiled. I narrowed. She'll never grow strong if you keep babying her. She should teach us some discipline. Finally speak, his voice calm but with it. She is fine, Mom. It's not I wanted her to grow up too fast. Clearly disappointment and disapprove. Oh, you are too soft on her. You needed to frame a hand. Smiling despite the tension. She is strong in her own way. She will grow up knowing the her loved. Letting it wine, but doesn't argue further. Just make sure that she is ready when the time comes. Jiho, sensing the tension, interrupted him with wide eyes. He signed and pecking her one last time before the handing over to the van. Softly to the heart, I will be back soon. Be good with Mom, okay? Sniffing, okay, fine. Van hold and Jiho close and watching as Jungkook leaves. Her mother, however, leaning her gas, still critical. Coldly, you should try harder, Van. She needed to be tough to survive this family. Firmly, but with a smile, she will be strong, but She also knows kindness. That's why I make her different. Mother-in-law gave a final disapproval look before returning to her heels, leaving Ryan sighed in relief. Seems since the tension has passed. Mom, can we make cookies now? Smiling warmly, of course. Let's make the best ones ever for him. It's a late afternoon in the kitchen. The sunlight is softened now, casting the gentle glow over the room. Ryan is accounting, preparing ingredients to make cookies. The atmosphere is tense. Ryan is trying to focusing on a test, a hand in the other, while the mother-in-law is in the living room. The presence is felt like a storm clouded, looming over the house. Sitting on a stool, they're watching a Ryan mix the dough. Mom, Ryan is currently leaving. Pausing her smile, the flutter silently. Soon, dear. Granny is just here for a few days. For one says in the uneasy. But she's always made it you. Why? Forced smile, trying to stay cheerful. She's just tired. She doesn't mean to be mad. Now what about you? Help to mix this up? The yummiest cookies. She nodded and throated, still not convinced. As they started to mixing, the door kitchen opens. The and mother-in-law whirled inside, her expressions cold as ever. I see the kitchen. More sweets. No wonder Jiho is so much unruly. Keep her voice calm and trying to. It's just a treat. She's been so much good girl for today. So, for cheer up. Cheer up. What about discipline? She is spoiled, and then no wonder why she doesn't listen. She's only 3. Interpreting the sharply, she is already learning a bad habits. You are too soft, and that's why she's always clingy to him. And Ryan wins at the hard words, but continue to making cookies. Try not to let it show. Watching them exchange, her eyes wide. Mom is not bad. Turn her cold gaze to Jiho. You are alone one day, Jiho. You can't always get what you want. Please, she's just a child. Let her be happy. Happy? You think coding her with a strong, she will be weak just like you? One hands further to a word hitting harder than she expected. She took a deep breath and trying to keep her composure. I'm doing my best. I just wanted her feel to be loved. Well, what good in if it's make her soft? You needed to be tough in his survival in this world, especially with the life that he leads. Feeling designed of her voice is trembling silent. I believe she can be strong. Still, I know that voice makes us human. The tension is room thicker as Jiho sensing the mother distract, reaching the hold of Ryan's hand and squeeze it. Tiny hands grateful, a small comfort. Voice harsh. You're too idealistic, Ryan. She doesn't understand what it takes to survive in this world, Jungkook did. Unable to hold her hands any longer, her eyes well up with the tears. I'm trying to be the best as I can. I wanted the words best for her. His mom always hate you whenever you meet cause she understands better than you, but it's not true. She was a cheat and expect him. Evening in the living room, the atmosphere is tense and the wine and her mother-in-law sit across from each other. Jiho is playing quietly nearby, but the tension between adults and the people pebble. Arguments similar all the day. Voice rising in anger. You are so stubborn, wine. You never listen. This is the why things is falling apart around here. You are not a fit. Trying to stay calm, but her voice standing. I'm doing everything as I can. I'm trying to keep this family together, but you keep just standing up shouting, "Because you're weak, you're running my son's life. If it wasn't for you, he wasn't have to deal with all this nonsense." Finally snapping and standing, "I'm not running anything. Allowed him and Jiho through. I'm trying to make his work. But you can't stand the fact. Would not want for him." The room feels like it's about to explode with any tension. Jiho, sensing the anger and fear in the air, stopped playing and looked at their mother and grandmother confused and scared. Pouting at the finger at Ryan and her voice is stripping. "You're never good enough for him. You're a burden. Holding him back." Tears welled up in your eyes, unable to hold back the hurt any longer. It's given everything to this family, everything. All I wanted to be loved and to be accepted. The tears spills over Ryan, unable to bear the weight of argument and any longer. Break down completely. She tears away and her voice breaking as she speaks. Choking on her words, I can't do this anymore." Ryan, overwhelmed by the pain and the hurt word, gently picked up the Jiho, who was now looking at her mother with wide eyes, worrying eyes, placing a Jiho on a couch with her hands, softly trying to keep her voice steady. "Stay here, Jiho. Mommy needs a moment." Before Jiho can respond, Ryan rushed over off the living room, her tears falling freely now. She is hurrying into the bedroom, closing the door behind her, collapsing into the bed, burying her face in the pillow. Back in the living room, Jiho stared at the closed door and small face filled with confusion and sadness. She slid off the couch, hesitantly walked to the bedroom, her little feet falling softly on the floor, reaching the door, pushing it open silently. Softly with a trembling voice, "Mommy." Ryan, hearing her daughter's voice, quickly wiped her tears away and trying to hold herself together, but it doesn't wanted Jiho to be her like this, so shocked and vulnerable. Sniffing her voice and shaking, but trying to sound Jiho, "Go back in the living room. I'm okay." But Jiho, sensing that something is wrong, walked further into the room with her big eyes filled with concern. She climbed into the bed and, crawling over the Ryan, gently touched her shoulder. "Mom, why are you sad?" Why turn her face away, not wanting the Jew to see her tears struck the face, and she can't stop the fresh wave of tears come back. Fully understand his mother is hurt, cuddling close to her, softly trying to comfort her. "Don't cry, Mom, I'm here." Ryan's heart break even more with her Jordan's innocent words. She gathered Jew in his arms, including the clothes. She cries quietly and trying not to let herself escape. Muffing voice trembling, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry." Jiho not fully understand, but knowing her mother is sad, resting her hand on Ryan's chest and small finger gently whipping away Ryan's tear. "It's okay, Mom. I loved you." Ryan, overwhelmed by the love comfort from the little girl, squeezed Jiho tightly, and her tears now mix of sorrow and grateful, whipping her voice filled with emotion. "Oh, my daughter." They lie there together, and Ryan holding Jiho close, finding a daughter's love despite the pain. Ryan feels a small bite, strong returning, knowing that she has a Jiho by her side, so that it is no matter what. You didn't want to tell Jungkook anything because you didn't want them to fight because of you. Entering in the kitchen, Ryan is busy preparing a dinner. Sensing her mother's sadness, she sat quietly at the table, drawing her coloring book, and the house is quiet, but there is underlying tension of Jiho can feel. Suddenly, the front door opened. Jungkook walked inside, looking tired but sharp in usual suit. Call out, her voice calm but hint of exhaustion. "I'm home." When sniffing silently at the sound of her voice, but she quickly forced a smile and not wanted to make him her worry. Turning around, her voice left, "Welcome home. Dinner is ready soon." He walked into the kitchen, his eyes scanning her face. He noticed the slight sadness around her eyes. They was avoiding her gaze, and the proffer one cursor. "You've been crying?" Wan quickly turned her back to stove, trying to brush it off, shaking her head. "It's nothing. It's long a day. You must be tired. Go and rest. Dinner will be ready in a bite." Jiho, who has been watching quietly, said Leslie get up from her chair and run over to him and "Dad, Granny was mean to Mom." His eyes widened silently. He looked down at Jiho, then back at Hugh, froze. My heart is snaking. Voice low but the grown age. "What do you mean, Jiho?" Ryan quickly tried to interview, not wanted to Jiho to say more. "Jiho, it's okay. Go back to your drawing, sweetie." Determined to tell her father the truth, shook her head and looked up at Jungkook with a serious face. Granny yelled at Mommy and she said that she's weak, bad. Mommy cried, Dad. She cries a lot in a bedroom. Jiho's expression darkened, her jaw tightly as she processed Jiho's word. Her turned his gaze back to Ryan, who is now avoiding his eyes, clearly upset that Jiho told him everything. Voice framed but with concern. "Is this true?" Take a deep breath and trying to stay calm, but she knows that there is no point to hiding right now. Soften her voice and trembling silently. "It's nothing, Jungkook. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to fight with her because of me." He stepped closer to her, gently taking her hand, turning to her face and studying her face, sensing the sadness and pain in her eyes, quieting but understanding intentionally. "No one should make you cry. Not in our home." He looked down, trying to hold back the tears that splitting again. "I just didn't want it to cause more the trouble. I know how much she means to you." Look up at him, surprise intentionally in his voice. Before she can say anything, Jiho tongued at the sleeks again. "Dad, Granny was really mean. She said Mom is not good enough for you, but I love Mom. Don't let her smile anymore." Look down at Jiho, his expression softened silently, level, gently brushing and straighten her hair. "Thank you so much for telling me, Jiho. I wasn't let anyone hurt her again, okay?" Jiho not satisfied with the promise and stand turning back to Wine, his eyes filled with a determination. "Serious but protective age. You don't have to deal with this alone. We are a family. That means protecting each other no matter what. Who is it?" Wine noted, feeling the mix of relief and guilt. She stepped closer to him, resting her forehead against his chest, finding a comfort in her strength. "I just didn't want it to make things worse." Whispering his arms around her, holding her close. "I didn't, but it's end now." Back the top of her forehead and the embrace for the rescue. Wine closed her eyes, feeling the weight of the day slowly lift off the shoulders as Celeste herself leaned on him. Voice low, filled with concern. "I'm so sorry and went through this alone. I should have been here. I never wanted you to feel like this. I had to hide it from me." Leaning into her embrace, her voice is trembling. I didn't want it to make things harder for you. I know how much she means for you." I didn't want it to come between you and your mother. Framing tightly up her chair and meet her guess. You're not coming between us, Van, and no one has to right to treat you like that. Van looked into her eyes, sensing the deep of the love and protectiveness. She felt the fresh wave of emotion and how much it's meant to him, gently brushing her away tears. The mother of my child, and you're everything to me, do everything to keep us safe. He pulled her closer, brushing the tender peck on her forehead again. Vine closed her eyes, feeling the warmth, whispering her voice full of emotion. I was so scared that I wasn't enough for you. Shaking his head, you are more than enough. You are everything that I could ever wanted. I need you to know that. You not doubt it again. Voice muffled against his chest. I didn't want it to cause any more pain, but it hurt much to hear these things. Gently stroking her hair, I know I'm really sorry to have to hear them, but I promise you it wasn't hurt you again. I will talk to her to make sure that she understands that you are my priority. She felt the weight of the lift off her shoulders, knowing that she is not alone in this. Truly by his side. Smiling through the tears, thank you so much. I don't know what I'd do without you. Smiling back, her voice warm. She'll never have to be find out I'm going everywhere together always. Laying down, capturing the leaf softly, the day slowly ebbed away, replaced by the comforting center of that when it's fully apart, finally rushed for her against bothering him. I like you so much. And me too, more than anything. Don't ever doubt that. In the background, Jiho's soft humming lifted air, reminding the little family of the build together and strength the bond and hold them together. Now how about we finish the dinner together? I think our little family chef mate wanted to help. Why nodded a right and later minutes spent a whole day together and walk back to kitchen hand in hand, ready to face whatever comes to next as united family. After that, Jungkook never let her mother hurt you again, the feeling again. So thanks for watching guys. Do not forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys all in the next video.